Welcome to week 5 of the Gold Team Championships, and as you can see, the world champion Liooon has entered the fray. Lee there with the lightning bolt purple achievement, and I'm going to guess that is because he's won 3-0 twice. We'll keep an eye on whether other players get the same thing or not. Okay, Liooon is playing Demon Hunter, Mage, Hunter and Druid. No Warrior present. I'll get back to that in just a moment. Lee has Demon Hunter, Warlock, Druid and Warrior. And Liooon has been participating in Chinese game show, reality show, something show. I'm not 100% how it works, but the show is called The Brain. And she has been absent from the start of the team championships. And with that in mind, she got back, started practicing, and realised that Warrior is hard, and didn't want to bring a deck that she wasn't comfortable playing, so didn't bring Warrior this week. That might sound a bit weird, but it's last hero standing. She's still going to have access to 3 decent decks, but she hasn't got access to the best deck in Hearthstone. She has, of course, recently made top 8 in a Masters Tour, and also 6 and 3 most recently in Yongshiping. Lee, on the other hand, I think RNG, despite their record of only 4 and 4, the team of Lise, Kylian and Lee just looks pretty good to me. And a win here would put them within 1 match win of BK, who have been absolutely dominating. And if you didn't see the match between XHX and Bunny Hopper in week 4, go and watch it. Although you might want to get ready with some popcorn or something first, because it's one of the, well, it is the longest match I have ever casted. There's not even a doubt in my mind that it's the longest competitive Hearthstone match ever. I guess there is a doubt in my mind if you have China versus Korea, I believe it was last year. I think there may have been a re-game for a drawn, so it depends if you count that one or not, as Warriors went to turn limit. But definitely of something of this high stakes, this is the longest match ever. Anyway, on to today. I've missed 3 or 4 turns. Waffling away, we have that Highlander Hunter that Liooon is playing. And trying to take on Druid early, and this is just going to be difficult. As the overgrowth coming in for Lee. Usually spells the beginning of the end, even this early, against anything. I mean, Liooon does have the Hounds on the Varanus combo. Is she going to get time to use it, though? That is the big question. Well, she's buying some time. Doing this amount of damage does mean that Lee has to go for it now. But, I mean, go for it is a phrase that implies it can go wrong. The maths of Mount Sellers working are so phenomenally in your favour that it's not really even a go for it type situation. It's just a how good will it be? Will it be amazing, or will it just be really, really good? Casting, what, 5 spells here? Gives him a 78% chance of getting a rush minion or a taunt minion. Really good chance of getting 2. No Griffin, though. And again, with 5 spells, there was a 29% chance of getting a Griffin. The Diving Griffin that would have dealt with this 5-4. Which, for me, I think means that Lee should just play another spell and have another roll at it. There we go! 6.7% chance on that last one. And absolutely ridiculous. And now he's just going to win the game, I think. Oh, and now he's definitely going to win the game. I'm not adding that up. It's 14 plus something, and that something looks well over 15 to me. You get the 14 from 6 minions, plus the hero, that's 7 things that are attacking, that's 14. Needs to do 15 more. Yeah, Liooon sits back. She's like, what, can't you count? What's wrong with you, Lee? But Lee's taking his time. And now he is 7-0 in game wins, and, well, that's what Druid does sometimes. You just don't get into the game, especially when the caster talks through the first half of it. That's kind of what I'm here for, though. So yeah, we need to try and work out what these achievements are, but Liooon has none, so it's not based on what decks you bring or anything. It's based on something you did previously. Very exciting. Liooon now bringing in the mage. Its last hero standing, so Lee remains on the druid. And pretty decent starting hand. Fungal Fortunes into Overgrowth, and you just fill out the rest as you go. Can handle that. I'm not sure I can actually if I'm facing it, but I'm watching, so it's fine, right? Gets the Innovate, gets the Wild Growth. Now it's planning time for Lee. You do have to trust the deck to some degree. Oh, there's a Mount Seller, don't worry. Just trying to work out if there was any other way of doing that. It is a little bit of a race against Mage. Liooon does have Blizzard and Flamestrike in this deck. But the trouble is you can often just make a Glowfly Swarm, which Lee was giving himself the chance to draw into there with that Wild Growth, for instance. And after Glowfly Swarm, which is why, by the way, the Doomsayer was played that turn. After the Glowfly Swarm is dealt with, then you just go Mount Silla crazy. But no Swarm, so just Mount Silla crazy it is. Well, Liooon does have Coin Blizzard next turn, I guess. Or Dragoncast, I guess. Makes more sense. Into Blizzard. But either way, she's then going to be out of stuff. And you constantly feel when you're playing against Druid like there's nothing you can do about it. Obviously she doesn't need to coin because of the Mana Saver, but she might want to keep that there to try and get an 8 drop in, or similar going forwards. She's actually going to take a turn here to Malygos. That's going to give her Super Flame Strike. 8 damage to all minions seems to be what she wants about now. She knows that the Mount Silla might be buffed up. Keep the Mana Saber hidden, or does she want to use the coin next turn? Does putting 3 damage into this really help her? I don't think it does. So not attacking seems to be the best way to me. The mana might matter, but the 3 damage on a 1/4 just isn't going to matter. I guess she's giving it plenty of thought. Not only to give it plenty of thought, because why not, but also if it looks like a decision, it's not so obvious it's all going to get Flame Striked away next turn. There is a chance, of course, that Lee buffs the 1/4, I guess. Something she's worried about. But now he has just the license to go as wide as he wants with Soul of the Forest. He knows that Malygos could well have drawn the Flame Strike. Check for lethal. Well, I don't see a Savage draw, so there's probably not a lethal. So make a wide board. Play Soul of the Forest. And ask your opponent what to do. You've got to decide if you want to kill off any of these minions. You probably don't. Actually, he can play so many spells this turn. Maybe getting rid of the Malygos is okay. I'd like to do some damage. He needs to get a move on as well, I guess. But he's okay. Yeah, Soul of the Forest at the end there, and putting everything face. There may have been other plays there that involve getting rid of the Malygos, because you protect one of your 2/2s, but if you're in that situation, you've won. I think that this one might just be over. So there is no Savage Roar. That's a big deal, I guess. So a Liooon can Flame Strike, kill off 2 minions. Yeah. And hope that she's alive against 13 visible damage. Well, that's no fun. What else can she do? Is there any way she can get her prime activated over 2 turns somehow? No. She really can't do much, can she? Okay. But that's... okay. She's not dead. And Flamestrike would clear a lot of this up. But, really? Alright, let's have a look what Lee's going to do about this. One of the options is to get this overflow going. Other option is to trade a lot of stuff in and just play a Seer and say, okay, well, you might deal with this board, but what are you going to do? I mean, so many choices. Let's see how the professional handles it. Is this even lethal now? No, don't think so. So there's 9 on board with this Power of the Wild, 10. Not quite lethal. But also, it's a nonsense of a board. And showing more awareness as well as to anything that could possibly go wrong. Making a 9 health minion there, so Flamestrike isn't enough. Liooon can Flamestrike coin ping because of the mana saber. But some of these things have got to die twice. Actually, I think it would have been best to buff the middle minion and just make it as high attack as possible. But there you go. Seems to me like that would have been the wise move. It actually is a porcupine. I always want to call it a porcupine. I thought I got it wrong once. That's why I was dodging the name there. But okay, that's 1 damage. So if this had been buffed, it'd be doing 5 now. Lion's laughing. She's got so close to actually making that game go another turn, but she is 2-0 down. Obviously not in the best of spots, and now she has to play the mirror. Having lost her counter queue. And this is the Dragon Druid, as you can see. And she doesn't draw any ramp or anything of use. That's not so bad now, though. That's what the laughing was about. It's like, she's having a bad day already. First day back. We've been waiting for her for 5 weeks. And so far, it's just not going her way. Did she manage to pick up a dragon? She did not. But that's a reasonable looking hand now. Obviously not perfect, but this will do. The advantage of the Spell Druid, though, is you discard so much fewer cards, I was going to say there, as Isira bites the dust. Right, Liooon is in a position now to start ramping into some good mana. Get some glowflies down, and the first person to get glowflies down is in a strong spot, even though it'll only be a few glowflies. Because of the lack of removal in the Druid, a few glowflies is still pretty good. The opponent then has to match with their own glowflies and trade into a couple of yours, try and get the advantage. You don't have to be winning on glowflies by many, so if you pay 3 glowflies, your opponent pays 6, and with 6 is a long way in front, they force the trade. So lots of counting required. But Liooon getting the overgrowth off. Does give Leaoh a chance now to have his own powerful turn, though. So Liooon just giving up. There she is. Glowfly time. 4 glowflies. The trouble with 4 glowflies is it's not threatening lethal. And now we're going to see... Is it going to be the 6 I was talking about, or is it going to be actually 7? It's going to be 7. Plus the removal of 1, and now it is Liooon who is on the back foot with nothing to do with her mount seller. She could be in trouble here. No Savage Roars available though. And mount seller... I think you've got to play it and just hope it sticks. 1 Bog Beam. Quite a few decent rolls you can get from that. Zigzor Apex Predator being a good one. So, I think you've got to go for it if you're Liooon here. She doesn't know that there's no Savage Roar in Lee's hand. And she could just be in a world of pain next turn if she doesn't go for this. It's annoying, but she has to have a go, I think. Now, this is one where she does need to trust her luck a little bit. It's a hair. Know the difference between Liooon and some of the other younger players? Well, obviously, Liooon is the world champion, so she has been in stressful situations. But many of the players we've seen who are on the newer teams in particular have been extremely nervous and scared to let their team down. And I'm sure that Liooon doesn't want to let her team down too, but she's played enough Hearthstone that she knows sometimes you get druided. Sometimes you are the druid, and sometimes the druid just gets you. And today, it's just starting to look like she's getting got. And she can accept that. But it doesn't mean she's being flippant or anything. Leaoh, on the other hand, has been around. We've seen him several times in the past, but seems to have tightened up significantly. As have some of the other old guard as well. I think Trunks has really impressed in this tournament. But it's looking like our view of a Liooon is just going to be a very brief one. We will get to see her again later in the week. I haven't checked out who she plays. And this one isn't over yet. I mean, it's not good, which is why I'm talking as if it is over, but Isira into drawing 5 cards can change games in a hurry. That overflow is there for that reason. Well, the Isira is there because of the overflow, not the other way around. But yeah, they work really well in tandem. So Liooon removing what she can. Savage Roar is not really going to get it done, and Liooon is in a position to drop an Isira. It's going to come down to that Isira versus this Mount Seller, which isn't totally insane, but might be good enough next turn. Seeing a lot of players in this tournament play with their hands off the mouse. It's something that I think you can recommend to people. I don't think you have to do it by any stretch of the imagination, but it does mean you're less likely to misclick, less likely to make an impulsive decision. You've just got that extra second to go, oh no, don't do that, before your hand reaches the mouse, or split second, whatever. So definitely a strategy that, if you are sometimes prone to being a bit impulsive, you can employ. So, Isira and close your eyes. If you're not dead at the end of the turn. Spoilers, I think she is, because there's 2 Savage Roars. But yeah, if she's not dead, she'll get a great turn. So double Savage Roar is 4 things attacking for 2. That's 8 damage. Twice. 16 damage. Plus the 7 on the board is 23. Plus 1 for hero power is 24. And as you can see, there's other bits and pieces available there. Such as Power of the Wild, but it's not needed. Lee is going to take a 3-0 win for the 3rd time in a row. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play later in the week, because we'll get to find out what happens to that squiggly symbol by his name. And Liooon the world champion, trying to lead from the front. A team of Putter on 6 and 2. It's her job to follow that up. Didn't get to play much Hearthstone today. Lee has druided Liooon, and RNG go to 5 and 4.